1, 2, 3, 4.
This is Unplanned America, where you're invited to join Parv, Gonzo and me, Nick, as we flee Australia to road trip around the land of the free in search of the weird, wonderful, mysterious and sometimes scary unplanned side of America. This week we head to the Big Easy and find ourselves surrounded by brass bands, street parades, shaking asses and crust punks, and find out why music is so important to the people of this unique city.
The people just really love the music here in New Orleans. When they come to New Orleans, they're coming for the music.
The cultural history of New Orleans is arguably the richest of all American cities. 100 years after French colonisation of Native American land in 1718, Napoleon sold Louisiana to America, leading to an influx of Americans, French, Creoles and Africans. This history, plus the relaxed street drinking laws, are at the core of what makes New Orleans sometimes feel like a completely different country to the rest of the states. At the middle of this melting pot is music. Explosive live music is not only tolerated but prioritised and valued as an integral part of the people's identity. For well over a century, the rhythm of the brass bands has been the beating heart of the music scene, pumping proudly and loudly in houses, clubs, and as we were about to discover throughout the streets as we stumbled upon a raucous, joyous community street parade.
It's just a moving concert through the streets of New Orleans. Of course, police escorted, tons of people from every community all out to show respect for the culture, and we pride ourselves on delivering the best that we could do up top.
It seems like the whole community just comes out and joins them and gets into it.
People from all over the community, from other communities, they just come out to show support, and just music lovers, man. Some people just stumble up on it and they see the music and they just get like a magnet, they just follow. The music takes over, it takes over your soul, man. You don't really think about too much. You're captured in the music, and so if you don't look at your watch, you'll be like, it's over already?
This parade is known as a second line, and the Hot Eight are the second line band at the centre. Although this was pure celebration, the roots of these parties are somewhere a lot sadder, the tradition of the jazz funeral, where marching bands accompany grieving family and friends.
The first part of the funeral procession would be dirge type selections, kind of slower to show respect, and then the second half of it would be kind of like uplifting hymns, like the saints be marching in, I'll fly away. It's more of an up-tempo, upbeat, and we're singing it, and it's like, that's the beginning of the healing for the family after that. So it's like, that's where the good feeling and happy vibe came from the funeral music.
Yeah.
That's what this hour stimulated from.
It's cool because, like, you think of funerals sometimes, they're just sad,
Yeah.
you know, but to think of it like that, new beginnings.
That's the first part of the healing process. Those uplifting hymns that we play, and you can see them go from a somber mood to even a slight smile when I'll fly away when we're singing it, and you can feel it in your soul, man. It's magic.
The spirit of community on display at the street parade was like nothing we'd experienced before, as young and old, friends and strangers joyously marched through the streets, connected by the power of music. New Orleans is a city known to have gone through many tough times, and it's amazing to see a party like this help people forget about their problems, get together and just dance for a while. Big Al invited us to check out his crew in a more intimate setting, and so a couple of days later we headed to the Howlin' Wolf to see how the music translated to a club environment.
Anybody, first time seeing the Hot Eight Brass Band live? Wow.
I like it.
I love you for liking it.
The feeling of the music, it's a spirit, man, that the brass band has, man. It's also a tradition that been passed on since the beginning of brass bands. And brass bands been here in New Orleans for almost like 130-something years, almost 140 years. So it's been passed on. It's a tradition that people grew up listening to all their lives.
You're creating such joyful music, and everyone's getting so excited. The crowd just like gets so hyped. How does it feel to be up there on the stage doing it?
Oh man, it feels great, man. We see the crowd into it. It gives us the energy. It makes us really dig deep and pour out our hearts and souls into the music to continue to feed the people the energy that they're feeding back to us. So it's a great feeling, man. It's almost like a healing, spiritual type thing, man. So it's the ultimate, man.
I guess people come here and they've had a tough week or something like that, and you can come and just listen to music and it takes it away.
That's right. Healing in many ways, emotionally, physically, spiritually. You know, some people may be going through some very tough times in a week and want to come out and listen to some music to release a little. And for the musician, it's healing because sometimes, you know, just coming off the road, we may be exhausted, tired. Sometimes don't feel like playing a gig, but the minute the horn hit our lips and we see the crowd into it, boom.
Yeah.
We ready to play.
Well, I've got to say, before we actually watched you play, I got an email from my ex-girlfriend saying she's got a new boyfriend.
Oh.
But I forgot about that when I was listening to you guys play.
Oh yeah, oh man.
That was one of those moments.
Right,
yeah,
right.
So I was just like,
about those,
oh man, I was like, I don't want to do this. Oh shit. As soon as you started playing, it all actually went away.
Okay, you was into the music. Yeah.
Oh yeah, totally into the music.
Yeah.
And the horns, man, they sound so good.
Move your body.
For the jazz funeral, you're saying there's like a band playing. It can be beautiful music, but it's about such a bad thing. Like someone's died.
A lot of people don't understand it because they say, "Wow, these people look like they're having a good time."
Yeah,
celebrate.
totally.
But that's what it is. It's a celebration of the life of the person that passed away. You know, to ease some of the sorrow of losing the loved one, and we praying and hopefully celebrating that the loved one is leaving here and going to a better place. That's a part where it's slow, where we play dirges, slow spirituals, and that's the time for mourning and it's soulful, time to release. And then after that, the second party called Cutting the Body Loose, where we play up-tempo spirituals and up-tempo tunes, or according to whoever the person is that died. We may play their favorite song, and we'll play that song, and people would rejoice and thinking about the life of that person, celebrating that life of that person.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's
it's a beautiful
cool
day. It's very beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah.
After speaking to Dr. Rackle and Big Al, it was becoming apparent that the city of New Orleans had a very special respect and understanding of the deeply positive effects music can have, providing solace and then celebration in what can be the darkest days of your life.
You having a good time, say yeah? Yeah!
We headed home late that night expecting to sleep, but as we were quickly learning, the music never ends in New Orleans.
Our next door neighbours are behind.
Let's give them what they need.
We'd spent our first few days in New Orleans exploring the second-line brass band traditions, but now it was time to learn about a relatively newer, but no less celebratory form of music in the intense New Orleans bounce scene. Our seemingly unlikely guru of this world was Euclid Records manager and music producer Lefty, a key player in the scene, even though he was older, whiter and straighter than many of the people making this type of music.
Explain to us bounce, like what, I guess for someone who wouldn't have heard it, what it is.
Bounce is a traditional New Orleans hip-hop Many of the artists are the children or grandchildren of famous New Orleans musicians, and they grew up with hip-hop, and so they had a different way of going about it. They've kind of created their own beat.
Give me that beat, give me that beat. Ooh.
It's a very repetitive music, bounce is, or at this point in the game it is. And so you want like this groove going, and you just want this pace. There's a particular style of dance that's popular to do with bounce music, and it's basically all about the butt. Twerking is the word I think that America knows, but here it's often called pouching.
Okay, pouching.
It's pouching or twerking. When Miley Cyrus got on TV and was twerking, everybody went, "Oh my God, Miley Cyrus is twerking," and everyone in New Orleans was like, "What the hell?" But we shared jazz with the rest of the country world. We've shared funk. We shared our R&B. We shared our drum beats and the things that make New Orleans great with the rest of the world, and we've always been proud to do it. So I don't think that that's like no one's really screaming like foul on it.
Please don't knock it till you try. I'm tired of all you niggas telling fake ass lies.
It is a music for a class of people that are traditionally poor. So when you look at that, it's about bringing the party. It's about taking you out of your misery and putting a dance into your step and making you feel good about life. This has traditionally been one of the poorest cities in the country, as well as one of the biggest murder capitals. So you've got to have something to make you happy. I mean, you know, and I think the music here has always fed that need. We have this thing where the audience becomes a part of the movement every time. I mean, it doesn't matter what the music is. I think that there's some element of that. I mean, it's certainly more apparent in bounce or Mardi Gras Indian chants or those kinds of things, but it's all about give and take with the audience and make people move.
Let me hear you, Lord. I ain't trying to be messy, but I think y'all are trained so sexy.
One of the biggest names in the scene is Katie Red, who is a major reason this regional scene is now blowing up throughout the States, and who schooled Parv on the intricacies of ass shaking.
But it's more like a free yourself music. Like you could be down and depressed, and you hear the music. It gonna make you move. It's gonna make you smile. You know, it's gonna cheer you up. Like let's just have fun. We gonna shake our ass on top of people's trucks and on top of people's buildings and stuff. With the booty shaking, like they shake their butts.
Yeah.
All types of ways. They go up and down, around and around. You know, we have twerk, work, jerk, wiggle, swiggle, wobble. You know, we have all that.
Do you have different names if your booty's going counterclockwise?
If your booty going like this counterclockwise, that's called wobble.
Yeah.
That's you wobbling your booty.
And
either way,
clockwise?
it's still wobbling. It's still wobbling your booty. If it's going up and down, that's called pouching, aka twerking. Squiggling, that's when they move their shoulders in. You know, they hold their body like basically, it just squiggles all over. You know.
So if I gave you a couple of words, would you show me how you put it into like a bounce song or something?
Let's try.
What about if I said kangaroo jump?
They probably gonna like take kangaroo. They probably gonna like kangaroo, jump, kangaroo, jump.
After talking to producer Lefty and rapper Katie, our final logical step into the underground of bounce was to throw ourselves into the party at one of the scene's hottest club nights, and the ass-shaking energy was like nothing we'd seen before.
I won. I got first prize. I got like a free lollipop.
Like bounce dancing is like an expression of yourself. Like you can tell how a person is feeling, how they dancing. Like how do you if they feel if they're really feeling, they're gonna do all type of for us, the homosexuals, they're more like swigglers, and most of the girls, they're more like the booty shakers. Music is a place where you can find and be yourself and get away from the murders and the struggle and the poverty, the stuff that goes on within your community. So music is a way that we find ourselves, and we show the world we are fun people. We are not rude. We are not mean. We're not bitter. We are fun people, and we express that through our music, especially bounce. you come to a bounce show and you just got fired from your job like 2 hours ago, like you were like, fuck it. Like, you know, like, I'm about to shake this off. Tomorrow I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna go find me another job. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what we want bounce to be. It's not about gay, straight, bi. It's just not, it's not that anymore. We respect it, but at the end of the day, it's about having fun and being yourself and your own character. It defines who you are.
Where you're from, but see, when you're down here, you're gonna have to do more than that to win a dance competition down here.
You really is, babe. You gotta do a little shake, put that ass into it, make your ass.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, it's so important to me. Like, I could have been in the street, you know, doing criminal activities, but shaking my ass, like, it keeps me going. Like, it keeps me out of trouble.
What's up? You're from Australia? Well, give y'all something since y'all from Australia. This is what I'm gonna do right here.
Hey everybody, we're from Australia. We've invented a bounce song. And it goes this. Kangaroo jump, kangaroo jump, kangaroo jump, kangaroo jump, kangaroo jump, kangaroo jump.
As you can see, the Bounce Club was nothing short of totally wild. And though seemingly worlds apart from the brass bands, bounce music is another example of New Orleans finding strength and positivity through their deep understanding of how important the right beat and the right amount of booty is. We'd been exploring some of the many vibrant music scenes of New Orleans and decided it was time that we paid back the people of the Bayou by throwing them a street party in our honour, as thanks for all the way too good times we'd had in their glorious city.
We're at City Hall in New Orleans, and the reason we're here is because we found out that you can hire a brass band to walk through the streets and have like a good old procession. But if you file it with the council, you get a police escort as well.
We're too early or too late for Mardi Gras, but basically, for a fee that is very affordable.
It costs like $300.
Basically, if you're in New Orleans and there's no parties going on, you can just pay a few bucks and create your own festival.
Yeah, and if we can't find a band in New Orleans, then we're the worst documentary crew ever.
We've just left City Hall. We've got the paperwork, 3 pages of paperwork that we're going to take back to the cop shop now and basically get our own parade. It took about 15 minutes. Roads will be closed down for us specifically. It's the Unplanned America Parade, officially titled the Unplanned America Parade.
All right, so we've got our parade in about half an hour. We're making our banner. We've got crutches, a tablecloth, some leftover spray paint, which hopefully lasts for Unplanned America.
It's a bit of a disaster.
It's a massively busy day on the streets of New Orleans. We're going to be going down the busiest main street of the whole town, Bourbon Street, with our own parade. It's absolutely absurd. I'm extremely excited.
Made it. We're at our kicking off point here on Decatur Street. This is how many people are around. The street's open.
It's ridiculously busy. Like, I can't believe we're actually going to shut down this street here.
They're going to do a parade. We've got a car at the front and a car at the back, 2 cop cars, and then a scooter as well as escorts. So
yeah, it's absurd. It's even more absurd than I could ever imagine.
We're starting one at 3, basically right here.
It's basically us and a band.
We're the parade.
Well, someone just asked about it, and I said, there's some guys that might take...
Well, we've got a band come in and... Yeah, it should all start to make sense. Well, we hope.
Sometimes, maybe in the future.
The other day I met a guy who put me in touch with a brass band. I've never actually met them, but they're about to arrive, so hopefully they're awesome. Here's our police escort for the parade. New Orleans, baby.
He's saying, yeah, come on. You see the selfie stick? I think that would be embarrassing to do that. When I'm dressed like
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm just like, oh, that's a bit embarrassing.
So funny.
Hey man, how you doing?
Hey bro, how are you?
With the arrival of our band, the police escort got into position and we raised our abysmal banner. And as music took us marching through the centre of the city, we not only reflected on our time in New Orleans, but also the last 4 months travelling the States.
Virtually everybody you tattooed in the 70s was drunk, you know, everybody.
Hot needles, shooting fire. Wiggle, squiggle, we have all it.
Pirate theme, pretty fun.
Everybody thinks you're going to make buku bucks out of a strip club.
We'd had an amazing time exploring parts of the USA we previously didn't know much about and started making plans to get back out on the road once more. Unplanned America will be back.
The bizarrest thing is that it just finished in a matter of like 5 seconds.
The band's gone.
The band's gone. The cops have gone. Was it a dream? Was that a dream? Fucking hell.
But we have twerk, work, jerk, wiggle, squiggle, we have all it.